Here are 3 reasons why you could be feeling all this anxiety when you're in public places. Reason number one, especially if you struggle with social anxiety, when you go into a party, a get together, you're feeling a lot of anxiety. It could be because deep down, you are not confident in who you are. Deep down, you're judging yourself. And deep down, you have the fear of judgment where you think someone else is judging you. Now, if you come to a place of knowing you are enough just the way you are, the fear of judgment goes away. And that is one of the best ways. If you struggle with social anxiety, what you need to work on is working on stepping into being enough, getting the confidence from the inside. If not, when you're in these social settings, you're judging yourself. You're thinking, oh, what am I wearing? I don't want to say something wrong, right? And you also probably are judging other people and not realizing you're judging others and going, oh, I don't belong here. I don't belong in this room. Look at those people. I don't like them, right? You're judging too. And then you're thinking, oh, they're judging me. Has it happened to you? Yeah? If that's the case, here, I want to show you something. Go grab the book, You Are Enough, a transformation journey into finding your inner happiness and peace. You can just put in You Are Enough by Michelle Jacob and see where the book is sold in your area. Now, social anxiety was something I struggled with. So hence I can confidently tell you that when you step into knowing you are enough, social anxiety will no longer have a hold on you. You'll actually go and enjoy events where there are people. And depending on if you're an introvert, maybe you may need to come back and have days to recover, but you're going to enjoy without the anxiety. Now, number 2 reason why you may be struggling with anxiety. Now, this is, let's say you go into a mall and suddenly it's a crowded mall and suddenly you feel all this anxiety and anxious feelings. Now, this could be because you're an empath and you don't know how to protect your energy and not take in other people's energies, right? Now, if you're in a mall setting and suddenly you're feeling all these feelings coming your way, your nervous system doesn't know what to do with all these energies coming its way. It's starting to feel unsafe. You're starting to feel unsafe and you're experiencing the anxiety. So what you want to learn in your healing journey is how to also protect yourself and have energetic boundaries so other people's energies don't enter. So you can even imagine this light surrounding you, and you can even set the intention that energies that are not of light, not of love, not of peace, not of your energy, right? Energies that are dark, they have no space here. You can even imagine them getting bounced back or transformed into light. So these are ways you can protect your energetic boundaries. Now, the 3rd reason you could be struggling with anxiety, social anxiety, is because you did experience something negative in a social setting. It might be because there's a childhood wound or as a teenager who experienced something negative in a social setting that now when you walk into the social setting, your system doesn't feel safe because it was hurt previously. So it wants to protect you. So you feel all that anxious feeling saying to you, I'm not safe here, or we're not safe here. You need to get out of here because there was something that happened. That is trauma. What this is unresolved emotions from the past. So remember, trauma doesn't have to be a huge event, but if it's an event that caused you to have unresolved emotions that you haven't resolved and released from your nervous system, released from your energetic body, that is trauma, and you need to release it because eventually it'll get to you. It is going to show up in your life in different forms. It could be unease in your body or dis-ease in your body with your mental health or your physical health. You know, the conditions of your physical health is actually showing you, it's a sign there is something that needs to be taken care of. Maybe there's a wound from my past that is in my subconscious that I need to release, because sometimes consciously it is difficult for you to resolve your trauma. So you have to go on a journey to go into your subconscious mind, and that is what the quantum inner healing technique does. And of course we can talk more about it. You can DM me and I can explain more about it to you. Now, one of the things to remember is a healing journey actually has 3 parts to it. Now, what are these three parts? Part number one, it doesn't have to go in the same order, but part number one is in your healing journey, it is so important for you to pull out the weeds of the past. So you want to pull out the past programming. You want to actually visit some of those events that cause trauma. And when I say trauma, trauma is basically emotional wounds that were not healed. You want to visit the inner child. You want to transform the pain that you experience as a child. And oftentimes it's very hard to do that on a conscious level. Conscious level, you're thinking, yeah, I processed it. Conscious level, you're thinking, yeah, I've forgiven the people in my past. But it's only when you go into a subconscious level where you realize, have your energetic body truly release the energy of that event, truly release the pain of that event, have the emotions, the negative emotions being transformed. And it's impossible to know that on a conscious level, and you can do it on a subconscious level. Now, not everyone is capable of allowing or feeling safe enough to allow these memories to come to the conscious awareness when we are tapping into the subconscious. It can only come up to the conscious awareness when your body starts to feel safe. So sometimes in your healing journey, what you need to start off with are tools and techniques that helps you or helps your nervous system feel safe. And one of the powerful tools for that is actually meditation. Meditation, heart mat techniques, if you want to do other energetic work, it actually allows you to step into the energy of safety, step into the energy of calmness, step into the energy of peace and love and joy. Right? And more you train your nervous system to step into those energies, your subconscious starts to feel safe. And when it starts to feel safe is when memories from the past can actually come up to conscious awareness. Right? Until then, sometimes it's really hard for you to access those memories. So for you, your healing journey may have to start with you practicing more meditation, so then you can actually do the other step that I was telling you about, the subconscious, tapping into the subconscious about the past events, to be able to go back in past, because there's a lot of, it's basically time jumping. It's called quantum jumping. You're jumping back in time, and there's a lot of visualization, very powerful visualization activities or exercises that are involved in healing the past. And if your mind cannot feel safe in even closing something as simple as just starting with your breath, breathing exercises. Now the third step, and again, they're not going in order, it's going to be based on, customized on where you are in your healing journey. The third step is learning how to jump into the future you that you want to be. There is a you that you're yearning, and that's because that's who you really are. That you that you're yearning to be is actually your true essence. And in that journey of stepping into that you that you're yearning to be, let's say you see other women or men and you're like, yeah, I really wish I could be them, or yeah, you know what, that is so amazing, I love them. Chances are the reason you're feeling so inspired by those other people is because you're seeing in them the mirror of who you are. Deep down who you are, but you have all these layers of unhealed trauma, unhealed wounds that needs to be released for you to see that what you're seeing in other people is actually just a mirroring of who you are deep down. So some of you forget that is the reality. Sometimes you forget that what is inspiring you about this other person is basically you seeing who you truly are and yearning to be that. So that requires, there's a step there that you can do, which is basically stepping into that future self. You yearning to be like somebody is because that's already you. So you can do another quantum jumping, or in quantum inner healing technique, we go into the future as well, and you get to step into that future you that's healed, that's whole, that feels worthy, that's powerful, that is joyful, that is full of love. And you get to step into that already. You get to step into that energy. And once again, it requires powerful visualization tools and techniques, and requires you to step into those energies, right? Step into energies, our emotions that are not controlled by your external circumstances. So once again, if that is hard to do, where you need to now start is with meditations. Tools such as meditations that allows you to play with your own emotional states, that where you, something as basic as when you start to practice your breathing or your breath work, suddenly you're starting to feel calmer, right? That is something as simple as adding a rhythm to your breathing, allows you to access that calmer inner state, because you're biohacking your brain. You're sending these signals to the brain, telling it that you are safe. Because when you don't feel safe, guess how you breathe? Oftentimes it's shallow, it's fast breath, or you're holding your breath. But the moment you consciously focus on your breath and you add a rhythm, and when I say rhythm, it's basically counts, and it does not matter. By the way, there are so many counts in breath work, and let me tell you, your count does not matter. No matter what people say, the counts doesn't matter. And I can tell you this because I use a biofeedback device. And biofeedback device shows you the state of your nervous system, and you will see that whatever rhythm you add, as long as it's a rhythm and you maintain it, your nervous system will shift into one of chaos and calmness. And again, this is practice. This is sometimes years of practice, right? But when you are able to quantum leap back into your childhood and quantum leap forward in time and do the quantum inner healing session, you just quantum leap the process. You make this process faster. So instead of being 20 years in meditation, you can now be a few months into meditation and experience these results really fast. So if you're on a journey where you're feeling you are truly stuck and you're not really sure why you're not progressing as fast as you should be progressing, the chances are you're missing the work where you are unable to go back in time and release those childhood wounds and the childhood stuck energies, and you're struggling with going forward in time and being in the energies of the future you. So you are still constantly constantly seeing others doing things and being called to do those things, not realizing the reason you're being called to do those things is because that is who you are, and you're seeing the mirror and you are seeing who you are, and that your soul knows who you are and it's yearning for you to go there. And the blocks sometimes are all of the things that I mentioned. So one of the ways we do all three is actually the journey of the quantum leap. This is a program I run, and if you are interested in learning more about it, DM me or book a complimentary call with me, and we shall talk more about this and see if you're a good fit for it. If not, we have other programs you can join and start your healing journey there. I'll see you soon.